I just struggle to think space-wise you're going to be able to do any of this. It has to be in a class. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome. I am Coach Tom Hall. I'm the final boss of the Combine Group Coaching community. You're probably watching this video and realizing that I have a priority list currently running right now that you can go in the link down below in the description, and you can join the priority list. You don't have to give me any money. It's just to find out what that whole community is going to be all about, okay? If you're a coach wanting to learn about Hyrox and perhaps some stuff that's going further that you want to train for it, your clients want to train for it, I'm going to show you how to train for it using some science. Go to the description down below and we'll sort everything out from there. But today, I thought over the next few weeks we're going to deep dive into Hyrox specific content, as it were, and see whether we can apply a little bit of knowledge to some of this. So I've opened up my Google, and probably the first thing, we'll do a ChatGPT one in the future, but we Google Hyrox training program. And we're gonna just have a little look at what is probably the most prevalent one there. I've had a little look, take it from what would be seen as a kind of a general populace kind of deal, and see whether we can apply some science, what we do differently, what we like, and what we can take away. So I'm going to type in Hyrox training program. Obviously that gives us our AI from Google, but we're not really going to look at this, right? So we're going to go through and look. So we've got Hyrox, men's health, women's health, but I found the most interesting one was going to be the top one, which is Puregym, which is a massive gym chain, obviously in the UK. So we're gonna have a little look at this. Just have a little pick apart, see whether we agree with anything, and just have a little look more than anything else. Gives you a little inclusion of what Hyrox is, 12-week plan, absolutely wonderful, builds strength, endurance, mental toughness, then it's a functional fitness competition. Yes, wonderful. We are looking at cluster manager Andrea Marshall. Obviously, she's run Hyrox's, and I'm sure she is an incredible athlete. So can beginners train for Hyrox? 100%, I totally agree they can, but we just need to lay the right foundations. So we're going to be going through that, most effective approaches, training for event, Hyrox classes, all that kind of stuff, which is really good. Obviously in the members group, I do a complete breakdown of what Hyrox is about. So needs analysis on what we need to, and a whole 12-week kind of, if I were to give somebody 12 weeks to plan, this is what I do from an S&C background. Obviously half of it is running, literally. Compromise workouts, yeah, I agree. AMRAPs, EMOMs, grip strengthening, simulations, and strength training. Cool. All right, so if we can put all of that in, that would be absolutely gas. I think that's what the kids say. So we will see. We will see. So week one. Let's see, this is a 12-week plan made up of 3 cycles of 4-week blocks aimed at to build peak performance before your competition. On the third and final cycle, week 4 is a deload, following the same format but lighter loads. So I think you just run through the weeks. So that'd be week 1 and 5, week 2 and 6, and you run through 3 times. Is that right? So straight off the bat there, should we designate 4 weeks into certain things to kind of focus on really getting something better? Or do we think we can pick 3 or 4 things to gradually get better? I don't think so. I would definitely create a priority list of, if you know yourself, if you know how your fitness is. So for example, me, or maybe a couple of my Hyrox athletes here, whether they're stronger runners, whether they're stronger lifters, would probably be ordained into what we would go towards. But first of all, first 4 week would probably be a very general phase, right? Probably 3, if they're training, what we're doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, okay? So maybe we split into 3 runs and 2 lifts, or vice versa. Maybe 2 runs, 1 WOD and 2 lifts is generally what I would go for if I'm training 5 times a week, and that would be the basis of it. Or perhaps at the lifts we have like a little WOD that might be like 15-20 minutes long, but we make sure we get our big boy work in. We've got running endurance would be week 1. I don't know what the difference between running endurance and building the engine is, but okay. So we've got a chipper, ski ergs, thrusters, over the bar, Romanian deadlifts. Obviously on here we're missing movement prep, mobility work, speed work, power work, anything like what heart rate should we be looking at? It's just as fast as possible. All right, this is where we fall down, perhaps. This is perhaps where we fall down. And then Tuesday, an AMRAP for 45 minutes, a sled work, run work, wall balls, finisher of 3 times 1 to 2 minute hollow holds. Okay, performance, so endurance, and then performance is 2 rounds all out. Explain to me what these ones were then. If it's as fast as possible, is that not performance? I don't really know. And then Thursday, active recovery, 5k easy pace run. It's not really active recovery is more mobilizing, doing that kind of thing. I would say that's a little bit too much for active recovery perhaps. If you're just going for a recovery run, is probably what I'd push that as. Absolutely fine with those. And they'll be at a certain pace based off your 5k PB time. It's kind of like a 2-3 out of 10, so it's pretty slow, like at least 90 seconds slower per K. Probably even more than that, 2.5. Rest, love it. I'll probably space these out a little bit more though. We've got 4 in a row, then rest, and then there, and then rest. Bit weird. Might move this to here, then pair those together. So running interval 1k, rest for as long as 1k takes, should be completed at race pace. Cool. Yeah, I would move, if we're thinking this, can we put that chipper here? So we go endurance or performance. If we want something, right, okay. If we want to be fresh, performance should be rest day. Cool. Anything you're trying to perform will be on that Monday because it's generally the heaviest and you're the most refreshed if you've off that rest day. Cool. So switch that if that's the thing we're trying to get better at. Cool. Then we can put in endurance and then we put in active recovery. So those are our 3 days. Shift the rest day to the Thursday. Then we have probably the running day is probably the 1Ks. That's the performance-y one. And the endurance will be on the Saturday, and then a rest day again on the Sunday. Reorganized it into some science there, okay? So that should be what we would do. All right, week 2, building the engine. Wonderful. All right, so time to build the engine. We weren't doing that previously, apparently. I'm assuming, so we're thinking this is more about strength. So we've got Monday, core work at the start. No. Reorganize this again, all right? So core work shouldn't be really, unless it's your main focus of that session, it shouldn't be there at the start. This work should be at post this work because it's just less important, right? These are all I can validly give you in terms of it. It could be it's strength endurance work. It's definitely not strength work, but it's the validity of it going to the top of the session because it's the thing you want to improve most, not blast your core and then go into a low body workout. Insane. Right, then the Tuesday, this one again, I don't understand why we've done this. Probably the simulation, all right, it needs a rest day. Cool. So that's fine. But maybe we have double rest day or move that around so it's a Saturday because it's fun to do a simulation on Saturday. But anyway, skipping ahead. The Tuesday. I don't mind this. Actually don't mind that in terms of an endurance session opening out with like 10 minutes of like whether it be rows and bikes. I'd give a heart rate. It's probably going to be pushing zone 2 to zone 3 work perhaps. So anything around the 135 to 160 mark would be really cool. So round 2 is just a general WOD, I think. Then round 3 is another kind of WOD-y thing. I would say the round 3 I would prefer. Again, this is just technical stuff, right? So if we were going to do these WODs, and honestly, I don't think there's much point. I don't think you're going to gain anything from learning how to clean, kettlebell swings maybe, or snatch. I don't see the point. I just don't get that. There's not much point to that, I don't think. The qualities of generating power are going to be used, but not in this sense. I don't think we need that, if I'm truly honest. And if we were going to do this one, this would be in round 2, and then this would be round 3. Just for the safety of the clean and the snatches, you need to be technically proficient and have some energy and push these here. These are all pretty chilled. The bent over row is a bit gas, but other than that, they are all they're a little bit safer, but these need technical proficiency, so they should not be done under that much fatigue. Wonderful. All right, the Wednesday, core again at the start, don't really understand this. That should be at the end, or intermittently with your 3K. Maybe you do 1K, do your knee raises, 1K, do your sit-up, 1K, do your Russian twists. That'd be a better thing to do. If we were going to do this, I don't think we are. AMRAP, 90 to 120 seconds rest, barbell push press, bent over rows. It's like so linear, it's insane. Over the bar burpees, it's just poor CrossFit, innit? That's the thing. All right, rest, half sim. I'm fine with doing a sim. That's absolutely fine. And then the zone 2 5K run. I would say that, speaking of experience of taking people to PRs in Hyrox, is that the longer runs I hope maybe in phase 2, so cycle through, you probably want to be doing like at least an hour of zone 2, probably 90 minutes of zone 2, working up to that threshold. I kind of put run for race. Whatever your race time is, run for that. Because we need to be comfortable working that hard for that long. That would be where I'd go different through for this. And I think I'd work that up quicker, because 5K is not going to take long, let's be honest. Considering we were doing that as an easy run there, there's just not enough running volume, is there? Really. All right, week 3 is deload. Okay, I'd say it's a little bit too soon to deload, if I'm honest. So I don't think that would have fatigued you enough to deload you at all. But we still got the same amount of rest days. Okay, I'm hoping, I'm not going to count it in terms of the reps. I'm hoping just usually you decrease intensity, decrease loading, basically by doing either just certain repetitions or volume stuff, and then that'd be about right. Okay, so it's usually about 60%, 70% work. Cool, so we've got strength twice, performance twice, and a running thing. It's fine. Not really. There's not enough running. There's just not enough running at all. We run once this whole week. We run twice, maybe 3 times, but just not enough volume. Crazy. Full body intensity, 4 times 15, 20 reps. So this is strength endurance, not strength. It's fine. Bench press, barbell squats, assisted pull-ups, barbell squats, barbell shoulder press, hollow body. Again, it's all very linear. It's not much kind of other movements going on. I realized that Hyrox is very linear based, okay? It's very front and back. You're only moving in this plane. But for health of hips, don't want somebody kind of like falling down, especially if it was say a Gen Pop client or a newer client. We still want movement variability, so lateral work will be good. I would throw in some lateral kind of lunges or lateral squats or something like that, just to keep them going. They're turning rounds, and yeah, we just need to have healthy hips and stuff. So again, strength, 15, 20 reps, insane. 2-3 minutes AMRAP. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's exactly the same workout. All right. Cool, yeah, don't get it. That'll take ages as well. It's a massive giant set, and whoever's training with you in that Puregym is gonna get really stressed out because you've taken up 1, 2, 3, probably four bits of prime equipment. I think what they're trying to go for is push, lower body push, upper body pull, lower body pull. Maybe would have been the better thing to do. So some sort of deadlift or swing there, something like that, or RDL, would have been a little bit better. Then vertical push, don't think we need two pushing things, maybe 2 pulling things. Maybe a vertical pull would have been nice there. Cool. Right, performance, it's probably fine, that one. It's probably the best one. Cool. And running intervals and performance, I think that's the same one. Running intervals, perfect. All right, again, not great. Peak performance. All right, this week is about pushing the limits, smashing goals and attaining PBs. Worth mentioning that the week working up to your competition, the intensity of this week will minimize. All right, so 5K easy run, not too sure whether that's gonna be great. Cool, so core again, move to the end. The lunges are the same as we had the other day, so that's going through there. Strength work, circuit, 40-second intervals and map. Okay, so we do 40 seconds. So do we move on to different things every 40 seconds? I'm slightly confused over this, but this is just very general. Yeah, it's fine. It's a big wad, isn't it? And again, this is exactly the same. I just struggle to think space-wise, you're going to be able to do any of this. It has to be in a class. Half a simulation, fine. Probably do a full one, which is fine. And a 5K easy run. Cool. All right, so real simple. If you were going to take this plan and try to do it, I would each week take out one of the WODs and do a very basic strength program, like 5x5s, a 5-3-1, and just focus on pull-ups, squats, deadlifts, bench pressing or pushes, or maybe some overhead press, so like a push press or something. And then that's it. And then maybe you do like ESD protocol at the end, like an aerobic capacity thing. That's it, on an erg. Cool. Take out, if you're gonna say doing this, let's do the building the engine week. Okay, take out this crap. Cool. That's your strength work, because This ain't strength work. We need to lower those reps to like between 5 and 8, which is kind of still on the higher echelons of it, but it's more comfortable, and we're working at like 80% RMs. If we don't know the RMs, we just guesstimate and we kind of lose a Goldilocks variation of like our second set. We should be working pretty hard, okay? Number 2, obviously we add in like warm-ups and stuff, that's just fine. It would be some sort of introduction of plyometrics, and that just means perhaps this is probably what's going to be the biggest thing for me setting apart from other coaches you might have listened to previously is my background is in athletes and working in professional football and adopting massive amount of plyometrics with big force, okay? But we need to recycle energy a little bit better. This is all very muscular. We want to start to get our tendons playing with us so we don't have to use as much fuel, and we're able to absorb and put out more force in elastic parts of our muscle. Because, number 3, 50% of Hyrox is running. There's 1 run a week. There needs to be more, minimum 3. 1 interval, 1 long, 1 recovery is covering your basis, okay? And that would be the ones that aren't in a WOD, right? We're still gonna get more kind of going in a WOD, maybe some compromise runs and stuff like that. That might be a focus onto phase 2. But yeah, those would be my prerequisites. We have a recovery day rest one, which is this one, which is fine. But I need an interval run, which I guess is this. And I need a longer run, which I don't know where it is, okay? So strength work, plyo work, more running work, and I think we start to build something, okay? So yeah, that would be my take on this. It's free, it's a start, it's pretty fine, but this is basic CrossFit pushed over to Hyrox. Would be good if you're doing it in a class, not good if you're doing it by yourself, because the progress is tough to kind of measure. And yeah, it's gonna be tough to get a really good time. Try that one, come in the members group, and we'll coach you how to properly build one for the future. Because if you're a coach and you've given out this, you're leaving so much on the table, and we can create your coaching, which is gonna be so much better. We'll be back with some more Hyrox reviews, and we will look at ChatGPT, and we'll look at a few other athletes that are doing Hyrox-based training. See what it looks like. We'll see what we can pick out technically. All right, see you in the next video.